So we have a little delay going here, so I wasn't sure.
Okay.
At that pause moment. So this is Michelle Baker, Vision Mastery Strategist, Sales Success Advisor, and I'm here with Jan Stringer of Strategic Attraction. She's our guest today, and I can tell you, I have been tingly like the last 48 hours thinking about sharing Jan with you. I got the opportunity to hear her speak in Austin at an eWomen Network event, and she is just so beautiful and eloquent. And then the piece that she delivers, there was no rapid pace, there's no you gotta, you have to. It's really from that space of belief, because when you're in belief, there's a calm that emanates from within you. And I just so looking forward to you guys taking this next 20 minutes and get a pen and pencil out, take massive notes, follow up. If she offers you anything, go for it. It's going to bless you, I promise you, because I have done a lot of her giveaways and had this opportunity to talk with her. So Jan, I'm going to give you the floor and let you tell people about yourself, because I always feel it's better for anyone to introduce themselves than us to wing it. So tell people a little bit about you.
Oh, you certainly talk about me better than I would, but well, hello everyone. I'm Jan Stringer, and I'm the founder of Perfect Customers Incorporated. And everything started for me about, can you believe it, 18 years ago is when I founded my business. And I just knew that there was a better way. And I came out of a long career of selling. I've been in sales since I was 7 years old, I think. And I just knew there was a better way, and I wanted to tell people about being able to enjoy what they do rather than having to sell your soul to get money, and that's kind of how I felt. I have a corporate background, and ultimately when I walked away from that corporate career in 1988 or 97. Oh, okay. It's a long time ago. I felt like every day when I went to work, I had to check my soul at the door and then go to work, because it just wasn't feeding me. It wasn't nourishing my soul. And so I left because I wanted to find out, what is Jan passionate about? What am I all about? And I figured, since I have a long career in sales, that if I had been earning millions of dollars for other companies, surely I could eke out a little living or something, knowing what I know. And so that set me out on my path, and I left. It took me about 3 years of soul searching, and I finally discovered that what I'm passionate about is helping people to find their purpose in business. And that's how it all began, is that I had walked the path first so that I could go around, and ultimately that's how it came together. And so it all started to culminate around a strategy. And this plan that I now call Strategic Attraction Planning, I didn't have a title for it even yet, but it was the other way that I kept telling myself there had to be a better way. And the strategy, Strategic Attraction Planning, started out as a very laborious, long workshop. And I could just look at people taking a snooze towards the second half of the workshop. So it has come a long way, baby. So, but the Strategic Attraction Plan is a tool that I have now refined and developed. I've written 2 books about it. I've coached thousands of people all across the world. It's a strategy that fits any kind of business, any kind of product, any kind of market, and it works whether you're a single solopreneur or a larger company with sales teams, etc. And it originally started out to be a sales and marketing tool. How to get more customers. Who doesn't want that? But what really developed has transpired over time that, yes, this is a way to get more customers and to fill your pipeline with people that you love working with. It's all that. But there's a deeper side of it. Like, I started to get into my heart and soul. Like, I saw people's face change, like the physiological look on their face actually changed from the time they started working with me to, you know, just going through the strategic attraction plan. And that's what really, that's what, you know, lights my fire. That's my passion. That's my purpose. When I see that, I call it when the orange dot shows up on their forehead, I know they got it, you know, or their
Yes.
face their forehead gets a little shiny. I know they've got it. But there's a look
Yes.
on people's face that I could tell when they get it, their life has been altered forever in a really positive way. So that's
Right.
kind of my background in a nutshell.
Oh, this is absolutely beautiful, and it's a perfect segue into, you know, giving people more of what you're here to share. And I love that you started with the why. I mean, everything I do is about why, because when you get clear on your why for any aspect of your life, it gives you power. It gives you power to say yes, as well as power to say no. It gives you power to not second guess and doubt. It gives you power to recalibrate and refocus, because you know if that's not part of your why, well, you just keep moving on. And that's what the most successful people do, is they take time to get clear on why before moving forward. And this is what you're offering people, especially when it comes to clients, because man, there's so many people out there, you know, the more no's get you closer to yeses, but you're saying there's an even better way. It's not that you're not going to hear no.
Right.
Let's reduce the amount of effort that you're out chasing people instead of attracting.
Yes, exactly.
So
Yeah,
talk about the difference between the chase and the attraction.
yeah. The way I talk about it is, are you being a searchlight or a lighthouse?
Mm.
Is that I use the metaphor of a lighthouse, and I share that in both of my books. And the lighthouse to me, if you picture yourself as a lighthouse and that your business is the structure and the light is you. I see my head up, you know, at the top of the lighthouse, and my forehead is that big beam of light, you know, that's sending out my light to those that I'm meant to be serving. That's the lighthouse. Yet sometimes in business, you know, because especially if you're an entrepreneur and you want that sale or you want that fast payment that it looks like it's right in front of you, but you kind of know like there's this little niggling part of it. It's like, ooh, it's not quite right. Then you become a searchlight. And I tell this story, and it's kind of fun and it's silly, but it's really what we do is that you stop being that lighthouse. You know, can you imagine a lighthouse growing legs and running up and down a beach searching for boats to serve? You know, like, okay, boats, oh, there's boats down there, a storm is coming, I better take my light down on the end of the beach. And then you go, oh no, there's more down here, and I got to run back down and serve them. And then you're running up and down the beach. That's what it looks like when we're trying to be a searchlight and search for and be something for everyone, which is ridiculous. What we're meant to be is that lighthouse, very focused, grounded, and think about your light getting clearer as you get more focused on who you are and what you're all about. And you give up that chasing, you give up that running after, and you stop struggling in your business. And you know that if it doesn't turn out, you created it to not turn out because it wasn't right. It wasn't a perfect fit.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the analogy that I try to keep in mind. But, you know, sometimes we're being pulled and, you know, no, come over here, no, come over here. And, you know, and when I feel that I'm being pulled in too many directions, I like to just stop and think about that lighthouse and kind of get quiet and centered and go, all right, Jan, just get clear and focused. All you have to do, all you have to be is be you.
Yes, absolutely.
Stop trying to be somebody you're not.
Exactly. Now, this is an intriguing or interesting part that you just described, that clarity. So once you get clear, you have taken the time, you have written out not just your perfect client, but the value, right? Because this is where people miss. Like, I can describe the perfect mate, the perfect client, but have I created in myself that match? Right? I want the dream guy. Am I the dream girl? I want the dream client. Am I the dream, you know, vendor? Right?
That's
so what is the value that I offer to match them? Now, you've done that, you align. So yes, I'm valuable. Yes, I am the perfect fit for this perfect client. and then the crickets. What do you tell the people? Because story after story after story. When you listen to all of them, the Richard Bransons, the Lisa Nichols, the Tony Robbins, they all will tell you, right? We were just talking about Sylvester Stallone, me and the cab driver on the way from Newark Airport to my cousin's. He told the story that he loved it, that he was homeless at one point, sleeping at a train station. Sylvester Stallone sold his dog because he had a pure breed dog because he believed so much in that Rocky script. And he would not give up. They kept trying to sold his dog. They wanted to actually buy the script without him, and he said $300,000 and I have to be the lead character. They were like, we'll give you even more money, but we don't want you to be the lead character. He said, you can't have the movie, because he knew he was meant to be an actor. Right. So when you create that dream, because he's like, this is the perfect script, I got the perfect client who's going to buy it, and I'm sleeping at a train station, and these people are offering me even more money, but I believe. What is it that kindles that? How does that person stoke that belief? Because that's an internal flame. That's an internal job. There's nothing external that's going to keep you in that state. Talk about that.
Yeah, when I quit my corporate job, I didn't have a go-to plan. I just knew I was tired. I did have some money coming to me in commissions, but I wasn't even sure I'd get paid that. And I knew I was very tired, and I'm just like, I don't know who I am. I'm just like lost in being something for somebody else for so long. And but I knew that there was something that I was meant to be doing that I wasn't doing yet. And I had faith. And that's really all you've got to have, is a little bit of faith in yourself and a belief that it can turn out. And so it's a little bit like chiseling away at something over time. It took me 3 years, but now when I work with entrepreneurs, I can speed up their time. They don't have to go through the 3 years of, like I did, of just, searching for my soul. I can help people get there faster without taking that long lead time. But you've got to know that my plan is not like anybody else's, because there's so many, like you mentioned, some of the A-listers that you just brought up. There's so many A-listers out there saying, here's how you do it, here's what you do. And there's good information in those people, but who has the most information of what you need, what I need, is me, inside of yourself. And so you pull in the data, you gather the information, but you've got to know who you are and to sort through it to know this is for me, this isn't, and be willing to let it go. There may be, somebody that's an uber successful business person that's doing it a certain way, but when you think about applying it to your, it's just not a fit. And so that's part of my message, is that I have to be true to me. That's really it. And if it's perfect for me, it'll be perfect for my perfect customers. And that's why I use that word perfect, because I'm not trying to advocate that there's perfect people. I'm just saying there's perfect people. Some will work better with me, and some would work better with you, Michelle. Mm-hmm. And I respect that. And so I also believe that part of my message is about collaboration. There's no competition out there. We don't have to worry that there's, when I first started 18 years ago, there wasn't that many business coaches doing what I'm doing. Now there's lots of them, but that's not competition. That just means this is a time, an idea whose time has come, and I feel honored by it. So yeah, it's, these are all the things that have come to me through knowing the contrast of it, and then applying what's better for me. And I just stay true to, well, does it feel right in my body? Does it feel right in my heart? Is this going to, be something that I want to do forever and ever? Or is this just a momentary thing that I'm going to do for a little bit, and then I'll do something that feels better? Giving people the authority to be their own authority, I think is one of the biggest gifts that I can give somebody. I am not anybody's authority. In fact, when they come through my certification training program, I tell them on the very first class, this is not an information program. I'm not going to give you any information that you don't already know.
Oh, so beautiful.
It's an experiential program. Like, it's who you're becoming in the process that I want to work with you about. I'm not going to give you data. You go get that on your own. But you've got all the data you need on the inside. So.
You just, again, tingly. This is my favorite space because, again, I spent so much money looking for the answer, thinking the answer was outside of me. And I love the fact that I can recalibrate my clients to, it's in you. Let's uncover what's in you and recalibrate that. So again, you're a lighthouse, right? And so you're attracting what's yours, and you'll know, like, because you have your why. So all you need to do is validate it against your why. Simon Sinek, one of my favorite, start with why, right? He talks about that in business. They've written books about it, and still, we have the propensity, and it's because we are a culture that is conditioned to look outside of ourselves, because we're consumers, and consumers look for what's outside of themselves. Investors look for what's inside. And this is what you're doing. You're helping people to become investors in themselves, therefore they can invest in their clients and their lives and everything. It's just absolutely amazing. So again, I want you to share with people, because you have some really great opportunities for people to connect with you. And I know we have about 3 minutes left, so I want to make certain that people know how they can connect with you. And if they're really looking to get an opportunity where they can begin to do that deep dive into their why, where they can begin to create their own unique roadmap. Not a map that someone else gave you that you're following, but you're actually like a pioneer going on a deep dive inside yourself. It's a beautiful journey. Not an easy one, but it'll be the most beautiful gift you ever gave yourself.
So a couple of ways. I just put in the chat, and you tell me the best way to do this. This is a link to give you a free copy of the second book that I wrote called Being Attraction: What Love Has to Do with Business and Marketing. And that's a free downloadable book that you can get right away. So that's one thing. And I can put that in your Facebook group, or you can add it, or whatever you want to, however you think is the best way for people to get that. Also, I have a group that's open to everyone. It's I'll probably post this recording there when we finish, but it's a Facebook group. It's called SayCat Live, and SayCat is the acronym for my training program called Strategic Attraction Coaching and Training. And of course, I like cats, so I came up with that. SayCat, SACAT Live. That's my Facebook group, and you just go in and I'll add you. Let me know you're interested, and that's a really great way I can correspond with you quickly. But you can also go to my website. It's perfectcustomers.com, and lots and lots of ways. You can write me, Janet@perfectcustomers.com. I'm very accessible, so I love to hear from people. I'm very intimate and personal with people. I like to connect, and so don't think you're going to go into a big hopper or an assistant's going to answer you. It's me.
Yes,
and I love your correspondence.
Yes, and I have copied this link, and then I will post that in, so this video will be shared out, and then I'll post it in the comment section. I'll go back on the event and post it in the event as well. Okay. And make certain that people have access to it. So in the closing remarks, is there anything you wanted to say or share that someone could do right now today? Now, they have the downloadable, but until they get a chance to download that and take the action steps, something they could do right now today that would impact them.
Well, I mentioned the Strategic Attraction Plan. It's 5 steps, and I have a complimentary ebook on my website. So if you go to perfectcustomers.com and just download that book, It will step you through the 5 steps. You may not know if you're doing it perfectly, but I don't really care about that. If all you did was step number 1, describe the qualities, characteristics, and attributes of your perfect customer, you would be miles ahead of most people. So this is something you can do right now. You can go there, get your free ebook, and start working through it, and let me know how this goes. Once you raise your hand and say, I want the free ebook, and you get it, then you're going to get in line for my free Zoominar. And I have those every month where you can have a Zoom call like this and be on a call with me. And I always share very pertinent information that's going to help you with your business.
Oh, so beautiful. I love the give. I love the law of reciprocity in practice right now. Just give, give, give. So I'm going to wrap it up. Jan, thank you so much for being a guest. I will stay live. I'm going to go off of Facebook. What I want to share, anyone who's watching, the one thing that I know to be true is when you're seeking success, success leaves clues. So what I tend to do and what I've learned to do is surround myself with people in the areas that I want to be successful. Sales and influence is something that will impact not just your professional life, but your personal life, because it's just the way you communicate. I tell people, if you convince somebody to go to a movie or go to a restaurant or do something you wanted to do that they didn't necessarily want to do, that was a sale, right? And this is what we're talking about. So when you begin to master your craft, it will change the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. National Association of Sales Professionals, that sponsors the Women of Sales and Influence, has a complimentary membership. And I would highly recommend NASP.com. Go get a membership and start to utilize some of the tools that will help you change the way you're speaking and your close ratio and all the things that create the amazing life. Go get this. You combine the 2 of these things, man, gangbusters. You're going to finish your year strong. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next week at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you again for watching. See you guys next week. Jan, stay. I'm just going to go from live and then we'll chat.
Okay.
Okay. We're not, and then I'm going to stop the recording. Do you want to stop? Yes. Okay.